In 3 years, the medical marijuana industry in Oklahoma has become overgrown.
Saying wild, wild west of cannabis really doesn't do it justice. Like, it's not just wild, it's dangerous.
It boils down to the fact that we really don't have a handle on regulating this industry.
The black market is bigger than what we have in Oklahoma right now.
State regulators are working to catch up.
In the meantime, legal businesses say they are losing to illegal operations. Our Barry Mangold has the story on why many are calling Oklahoma the Wild West of weed.
It's been kind of heartbreaking, honestly. Well, Oklahoma is where I'm originally from. In 2010, I moved away to be a part of the cannabis industry.
4 years ago, Jason Emo, also known as Giddy, moved back to Oklahoma, eager to plant his roots in the emerging medical marijuana industry.
Maintaining and watching for any kind of contamination.
Giddy has licenses for grow houses, a processing lab, and a dispensary. But business is not all sunshine and pot leaves. Because of a prominent illegal market, Giddy says he plans to close down his dispensary.
We pay taxes. All of our employees are on the books. We don't, pay people under the table. We pay employer taxes. We walk the line. And I don't know how we're going to stay in business.
Oklahoma has licensed more than 9,000 grow houses since medical marijuana was legalized in 2018. Today, the state is struggling to make sure they're all in compliance. Across Oklahoma's 77 counties, the state has licensed more than 13,000 medical marijuana businesses. More than 9,200 growers, 1,600 processors, and 2,400 dispensaries. All of those serve about 381,000 licensed patients, which make up nearly 10% of the state population.
I'm considering this a hard reset of OMA.
In August, Adria Berry became the 4th director of the Oklahoma Medical Marijuana Authority, the agency in charge of making sure licensed businesses are following health and safety standards. However, she says the OMMA has been understaffed for a market of this size. In 2020, the OMMA inspected only 23% of license holders, and so far this year, the agency again has only inspected 23% of businesses. Giddy says a common feeling among growers is the OMMA has no teeth.
We have dozens of colleagues and stuff that own other places that have never seen anybody, that have never been enforced.
Barry says she has already increased the number of inspectors at the OMMA by more than 80% and wants to get a look at every business by December 2022.
The comment that we are the wild west or the wild west of weed, to me it boils down to the fact that we really don't have a handle on regulating this industry. We're not going to stop hiring until we have enough people to get to every business at least once.
In the meantime, she says patients can and should police dispensaries themselves by asking for test results to make sure the sellers are in compliance.
It sounds like patients do have to be the ones kind of seeking information because OMA right now doesn't have the staff to do it all by itself.
And yeah, exactly. And we are working on getting that staff in place, as you know. But even when we do have staff in place, I think it's important for patients to continue that diligence of asking their dispensary to show them the paperwork.
More inspectors would also hopefully weed out illegal operations, both foreign and domestic, that have found a home in Oklahoma. Donnie Anderson is the director of the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics.
We've seen foreign nationals from China. We've seen them from Russia, Bulgaria, Mexico. We've actually taken some strictly cartel grows out.
OBN agents say they have busted 80 illegal marijuana farms since April alone and are investigating several hundred more. Anderson says these operations can come with forced labor, human trafficking, and more.
Those groups are usually foreign nationals that come into Oklahoma and they set up. They're trying to set up for a very short time, like maybe for a growing season, get a big grow out and get the product and get out of the state.
But as the state works to catch up to an industry that's grown beyond regulation, Giddy says he worries the bad actors could force other local owners to close their doors.
They're being pushed out by large entities that don't care about our state, that don't care about our rules, don't care about our people. All this money gets made and it goes right back to where they're from. It doesn't do us any good. We're being exploited. And it breaks my heart to see it because I waited so long to come home. And now it's a nightmare.
Although Oklahoma is understaffed when it comes to regulating this industry, it's currently impossible to stop the growth. There is no legal limit on the number of marijuana business licenses the state can issue, and the OMMA does not have the legal authority to stop issuing licenses. Those changes would require action by state lawmakers who return to the Capitol in February. Barry Mangold, Oklahoma's Own News 9.